Tad and Todd. One twin was named Tad, and one twin was named Todd, and they were alike as two peas in a pod. They were so much alike from their hair to their feet that people would stare when they walked down the street. And no one, not even their own mother, knew which one was what one and what one was who. Now Todd, on the right, was the happier one. He thought being twins was a whole lot of fun. He liked it 'cause no one could tell him from Tad. But Tad, on the left, well, it made him quite sad. So Tad, on the left side, one day said to Todd, "I don't want to be like two peas in a pod. I'm going to look different, I tell you," he said. And Tad got some ink and he dyed his hair red. Now people will know when they see me and you which one is what one and what one is who. No, answered Todd on the right. "If you please, I like the idea of the pod and two peas." And Todd grabbed the bottle and quick as a wink, he dyed his own hair with the very same ink. "Oh," sighed poor Tad on the left, "this is bad. I still look like Todd and he still looks like Tad." And he worried all day and he fretted all night. How can I look different from Todd on the right? It's going to take brains and it's going to take tricks, thought Tad. And next morning he got up at 6. I've got to wear clothes of a very strange kind. So he made a false tail which he hitched on behind. He left off one shoe, stuck a rose on his toe. "Now when they see me," said Tad, "they will know which one is what one and who without fail. For I'll be the one with the rose and the tail." But to make double sure, I'll do one more small thing. I'll catch a queer bird which I'll keep on a string. I'll take the bird with me wherever I go. And the bird and my tail and the rose on my toe will show that I'm Tad and that Todd is not me, that I am just I and that I am not he. Thought Tad, it's not bad for a start, but I've got to make certain they'll tell us apart. I'd better, perhaps, get a couple things more. So he took all his savings and went to a store and bought a big statue of General Lee Miller, who once was a famous old buffalo killer. That for his shoulder, and then for his back, he strapped on a dog in a brown burlap sack. "They're heavy," thought Tad, "and the bag sort of itches. But people will know now which one of us which is. It's mighty good stuff, but is it enough? It may be enough, but I can't take a chance. The whole town must know I am Tad at first glance." So Tad made some stilts more than 7 feet high, and he bought an umbrella that came from Shanghai. Then he spent his last cent for a fat Turkish hat and 7 balloons. Then he said, "That is that. And now I'll run home and I'll show Brother Todd we're not like two peas in a silly old pod." But when he got home, what a terrible sight! Tad on the left stared at Todd on the right and saw that his brother was dressed up quite neatly, exactly like he was, precisely, completely. "You see, Tad," said Todd, "it's high time that you knew that you look like me and that I look like you. And you'll never look different, whatever you do." Then Tad sort of smiled. "Yes, I guess that is true. And they say that today, when you see Tad with Todd, they're both having fun, being peas in a pod. And still, no one knows when they meet with these two, if this one is that one, or that one is this one, or which one is what one, or what one is who.